For this week, I'm looking at the game totals for both matchups. From a side perspective, I want to be a fan, so I'm looking at the game total, looking over on 47.5 between the Commanders and the Eagles. If I like an over in a matchup, then I'm looking at both teams. This starts with Saquon Barkley's dominance. Philadelphia's running back has been a one-man wrecking crew all season long, and Washington has been on the receiving end of that wrath twice. In their first two matchups this year, Barkley rushed 146 in the first game, another 150 in the second. Washington simply just doesn't have the personnel to contain him. Honestly, I'm not sure any team in the league does. But if you look at why, because the Commanders are 28th in success rate allowed to running backs. They're 26 in touchdowns surrendered to running backs. Their front seven has been plagued by poor tackling and a lack of push up front. And against the NFL's best offensive line, well, that's a big recipe for a disaster. Barkley isn't just efficient, he's been explosive all season long. He holds the record for the most 20-plus yard touchdown runs in a single season in the 2000s. Oh, and by the way, he's coming off a 205 barn burner performance against the Rams. Over his last 4 games, Barkley has averaged 160 rushing yards per game. With this kind of production, Philadelphia should have no problem putting up points early and often. Now, I also like Jayden Daniels, the rookie who doesn't flinch. Daniels has been the spark for Washington's offense. His poise under pressure has been nothing short of elite. He leads the NFL in fourth quarter scoring. A rookie leads the NFL in fourth quarter scoring, ranks third in passer rating during crunch time. His completion rate is 71%, is in high leverage situations, is fourth best in the league. He's averaging 8 YPA to close out games. But it's not just his arm. We know that his dual threat ability really just adds such a different a whole new dimension to this offense. Look at what he did against Detroit in the divisional round. 81 rushing yards and countless plays where he extended the drives. That's key for a Philadelphia defense that's 24th in fourth down stops. Plus, Washington leads the NFL in points per drive on the road this season, and that number jumped in the postseason. Daniels and this Commanders offense have been relentless, 28 points off turnovers in these playoffs while avoiding mistakes of their own, 0 turnovers and only 1 sack allowed. I like the over because aggression equals points. Washington's aggressive mindset has been a game changer this postseason. They've gone for it on fourth down 9 times, converting 6 of those. On the season, the Commanders are 81% conversion rate on fourth down. That leads the league. Sustained drives mean more scoring opportunities, and with the Commanders playing the underdog role, they're going to need to stay aggressive in order to keep pace with Eagles and Barkley. Philadelphia has rushed over 200 yards in both matchups against Washington. They're second in the league in turnover margin at plus 17, so turnovers are going to potentially create shorter fields for either side. Easy points. Over 47.5 in Commanders at the Eagles. I also like, for the one prop, is Jayden Daniels to have at least two passing touchdowns at plus money, plus 120. You can't run on the Eagles, but you can pass. Philadelphia has been a brick wall against rushing touchdowns this season. 5th in rushing scores allowed, but they've been a floodgate against passing scores. It is a red zone liability for the Eagles defense. 27th in opponent passing touchdown percentage. The Eagles' strong run defense forces teams to go more airborne. Who's equipped to go airborne? McLaurin, Daniels, that connection. Woo! While they're decent at limiting yardage, the Eagles, they're struggling to stop big plays and passing scores, especially against quarterbacks who can exploit their secondary. Daniels, as a rookie, definitely can. Enter Daniels. Red hot, throwing 2 or more touchdowns in 7 of his last 8 games. He thrives under pressure and knows how to capitalize inside the red zone, exactly where Philly's defense tends to crumble. So that plays right into Daniels' strength. So at plus 120, that says value to me. So I like the Commanders at Eagles over 47.5. And for the one player prop, Jayden Daniels, 2+ passing touchdowns at plus 120.